Gentlemen, let's get talking. Let's begin with this big story this afternoon. Early hours of Saturday, the country home of the sitting governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, was attacked. We do have the visuals. While we get talking, I'm sure we can roll that for Raze. Are you guys thinking what many Nigerians are thinking? Could this be as a result of Mr. Uzodinma's visit to the presidency just a few hours ago? Shola, let's begin with you.
Well, I will not take that stand. It might just be a coincidence that it occurred when he visited the seat of power in Abuja. You know that the networking of these guys have been mapped out in that area, and their operation has been a kind of a continuum. And we need to play safe at this time, also encouraging our security agents to really work out ways in how they could curtail some of these needs that is going around the country. The issue is not about the state of Uzodinma itself. I think the whole nation should be more security conscious like never before, because you don't know where the next attack of this group of people are going to be. So I don't want to take it. I don't want to join the group to say that it's because he visited. Before he visited, he has been attacked, and just like that.
All right, Sunday, what do you think? Is it the visit? Is it the things he said? Because I understand the governor of Imo State, Uzodinma, actually pointed out that politicians are responsible for these attacks. They're responsible for the banditry in the southeast. Is that the view you share?
Well, I may not subscribe to that. First of all, attack on public institutions is rather very unfortunate and condemnable. Nobody should tolerate that for any reason. That is one. Then secondly, you know, the governor of Imo State has been having this legitimacy crisis, looking at the foundation or his emergence as a governor of the state. And besides, he has also not been speaking the language of his people. You know, he has been using very strange words when it comes to issue of crisis in the southeast. So the people are not likely to take side with him.
Is that what is also playing out with the Kaduna State governor?
Yeah, exactly. You can get that. That's exactly what's playing out with the Kaduna State governor. So they want to hit such a public officer hard to withdraw his word. But again, besides that, you see, when non-state actors begin to acquire capacity to attack government officials, state actors, with confidence, then it shows there's something wrong in government. This is not the first incident. If you remember, the governor of Borno State, he escaped that narrowly. On 3 occasions, they have to ambush him. In fact, the last one, he lost about 12 security aides, armed people, not civilians, in that attack. And you now ask the question, what is government doing? Because when you're a government, you sit back and you see non-state actors acquiring the capacity to challenge the authority of the state. There's something wrong somewhere.
All right, Cosmos, let's get your opening thoughts as regards these recent attacks on in Nigeria, the southeast precisely, the police formations. As a matter of fact, it was the Imo jailbreak, and then it was Anambra, and then Abia, then Enugu, and now the governor of Imo State, his country home, just early hours of today, has been attacked. How are you receiving this news over there as a Nigerian?
Thank you. I think Nigeria is going through a very delicate time at this point. And I think one thing that is certain is that Nigerians we have had enough, whether at home or abroad, and we're willing to take actions, starting from what we saw during the End-SARS movement. And I think what we're seeing today is a continuation of the same rebellious act from the youth and just from people in general that are against what the government is doing or whatnot. But again, proper investigation obviously will have to be done and conducted to fully understood why this is. But in terms of the police formation attacks, etc., I mean, a better reform needs to take place, right? We're going to have to sit down on the table and have a better discussion how we're going to be working with our security officers, either be in the police force or being in the military as we're seeing these attacks. And I can see this, is something that may continue for now, really and truly. So that's my take on it.
All right, Komosa. So how do we put an end to this? How can we put an end to these attacks? As it stands right now, we've all said it. We don't know which state or which station is going to be the next. But how can we end this very quickly, gentlemen?
I just believe now that if knowledge is lost, the little foolishness that is within us, we should amass it together and see what we can mold out of this. All security network, when I mean all security personnel that we have in this country, some of the retired ones too can be invited to discuss what is on ground, because we have gone beyond the days of rioting. You understand it? The kind of destruction that is going on now, if the security agent will not manage it very well and put heads together, God forbid, we might be leading this country to something else. The Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the police, the customs, right? The immigration officers, because these institutions are the ones who manage the sensitive part of this country, the borderline. And we are not taking note of all of these things. We just blame, if anything goes wrong, we just blame the police. Everything goes gaga, we call on the name of the police. But forgot that some of these ammunitions were brought in from a link that involves a section of the security agent, which is the custom. Some of these alien body that visits the country, either from the north or from a part of the eastern region comes to, the kind of border we are having, how are they running some of this, how are these people getting access to this country? Again, the internal forces, which are the SSS institution, what are they doing? At this point in time, this is not a time where your institution will be standing aloof saying, not until when I'm invited. All signal forces should put heads together. And the people, yes, we might be frustrated because of the political, the political individuals and the dividends that we've not received. But we must come together, because this security issue is moving towards a direction that we can never imagine. Most of us are selfish. When it was going on in the north, we felt it's far north. It has something to do with us. It begins to move down to the middle belt. Now you're talking of Kaduna. The case of Kaduna never started with El-Rufai. This is a case of long years ago. You understand it? That informs from Kaduna to Kano, those axes in the days of the Matatseni riots. You understand it? If you don't curtail some of these spark and you think you've quenched the fire, it might come up again. These are the things that you see, the Matatseni riot, the issue of the Sango Kataf issue that involves the Lekwot of this world. These are pile-up internal crisis that is going on within us. Land border crisis is involved. The political language we are speaking now is not even the problem. It started from those little things, border settlement, land issue, you don't settle it on time, you're using influence to counter on it, you understand it? Then the religious aspect. It is enough time for us to begin to say enough is enough. Religion is a different thing. A songwriter said, he said religion is politics. None of us knows how the trick is being run. You understand it? So we should come back home and say, come, before you serve any God, in quotes, we need to play law.
All right. Sunday, I will come to you very quickly, and Cosmos as well, to share your thoughts on the ways forward, how we can end all of these attacks on police formations and insecurity generally. But let's go on a very short break and take a listen to Governor Hope Uzodinma just yesterday, where he met with Mr. President, and his exact words. Stay with us, we're back in just a moment.
Well, no job creation. People are not feeding. Salaries are not paid. Infrastructure are going down. Social interventions are not approved by government. These things are there available. A pass mark for the government of President Mohamed Buhari. Now people are no longer talking about that. Rather, what they are doing is to sponsor crisis to the extent that those funding this banditry are politicians, which I challenge and call on security agencies to make their names available.